Today I have a little bit of a bad news, sadly, because we had an inspection here on Sunday when we had the barbecue event from Heike and Martin. And since they're making their own sausages, somebody reported that event. Monty! Ugh. Okay, so back to the topic. They make their own sausages and I gave them my location to sell them. And we pretty much had a deal that they take care of everything. They bring everything, they take everything with them again, they have everything that they need. Yeah, sadly they had a misinformation that they can do 2 test runs before they have to have their own company and licenses and stuff. So that's something that they were not aware of, and I was also not aware of, that I will be in the end the one who will get the punishment. And yeah, somebody reported them for this event, and then we had 7 or 8 different people from the inspection here check if you have the bar license, if you have the receipts and everything. And luckily I had most of it in order. There were a few things that we were just not aware or was never told of, and even after checking with my accountant, some things were just completely out of the blue, but apparently they can still charge me for that. So for instance, the terrace that I'm sitting on now, that terrace, we still have to kind of complete it after adding the handrails. We still have to put the stones on, and the original plan was to get this registered in the cadastre when we have a kitchen ready, which we wanted to build in the wintertime. Then everything has to kind of be documented here for the new license, which will include food as well. As of now, I only have a license to sell drinks, and that's why we also did the barbecues separate. So they had their own little cash register. I had my cash register with all the receipts. They were kind of doing it as a private event. So the person who reported them sent photos of the sausages and photos of them not wearing any, I don't know how to call it, this little sanitary hat and maybe gloves. That would cause a risk of food poisoning, and that the Montenegro Tower should be closed because of that before somebody gets sick here. And apparently he also reported that the terrace here is not registered, even though it's not even 100% complete. 9. Sorry, the cat wanted to jump on the camera again. So he also reported the terrace. They had some other little things, like the opening times were still incorrect. I still had the winter opening times, so that's my bad that wasn't changed. Yeah, and everything adds up to a low 5-digit number fee. In the low 5 digits, so sadly it's a lot of money for me right now. And I made the prepayments already, because after consulting with some people, they advise it's better to pay it. Once you got the inspection here, you can't really avoid the fees unless you have like contacts that I don't have. There was a lot of police here as well, because they're actually checking a lot if you have a valid boravak, if you pay your tourist tax. So not just here, but everywhere in the country I'm getting a lot of reports that they're stopping people to check their documents to see if they're legally in the country. Long story short, I will not be able to do anything food related anymore. The cheese toasties were fine, that was covered in the bar license. And they also told me I can sell the cheese toasties, but I can't do any external events with other food that's being prepared. So I have to wait until I have my own kitchen and my food license for that. And the cheese toasties I will probably also just remove, because I'm just afraid at some point they change the rules and then the cheese toasties are also not okay anymore. So that's one thing that will change. The other thing is that the terrace that I'm sitting on now, at some point the inspection will come back and they will take photos. I had to remove all the furniture here so they can take photos from it. And there's a pretty long procedure to get this registered. We already did the first steps today. So we won't be able to use the terrace, at least for this weekend, most likely, unless everything will be super fast. One really important topic is about the receipts. So you know, I always fiscalate everything, I pay the taxes for everything, but I operate a little bit different than normal places here in Montenegro, where you usually sit on the table, you have a waiter, and the waiter puts the receipt in a glass on your table. In my bar, because I don't really have the waiters, it's a self-service place, so you come to the bar and you take your drink, and then you get the receipt. So I give a receipt to everybody that I don't know. And the people that I know, and they tell me they don't want the receipt, I just keep the receipt behind the bar, just in case inspection will come, because then I can take the whole bunch of receipts and tell them, hey, these are all the receipts. Apparently it was explained to me that this is a little bit of an issue, because the people have to keep the receipt kind of on them or on their table. And since I don't have a table, I will have to ask you guys to keep your receipts. So next time the inspection is coming, if you can just show them your receipts, if they ask for it, maybe they're only going to do like a check with a few people, I don't know, then at least I have kind of a proof that I gave out the receipt. So sadly I can't take the receipts behind the bar anymore. So that's something that will change. And yesterday I was in various meetings, 8 hours, and today 7 hours. There's a lot of smaller things that were not that I was not aware of, and the fee could have been much higher as well if I would not have all the 18 different things that you need for your bar license. Since the complaint book, the stickers for the toilet, the no smoking sign, the fire extinguisher, all of that is part of the bar license. Also just the pull and push labels on my doors. These are also there because it's a requirement based off the bar license. So luckily I had all of this in place, and I think the inspector was actually pretty impressed how everything is in order. But still, the terrace thing, nobody really was aware that you have to register it. And also the wrong opening times, then selling the food. I will try my best to pay the fees. I have 7 days now. It was an 8-day deadline, but yesterday was the first day, so I have 7 more days to pay the rest of the money. If I don't pay it in time, the fees will pretty much kind of double roughly. And if I still don't pay it, then they will close my bar. So I'll do my best, because I know that a lot of people would be very sad. For me personally, I of course would also be very sad, but you know, I'm an optimist and I'm always try to think of the positive things. I still have this place, I don't have to pay rent. I could just start my job in London again and make money remotely pretty much, and then don't have all this hassle, because setting up the bar in the official way with all the licenses and the taxes, it's a lot of work behind the scenes that nobody realizes. Very sorry for those who came here during these circumstances. They pretty much shut down the place half an hour after I opened, and just exactly the time when the guys inside started to hand out the food. Now I'm just trying to get the money. And a few people already asked me if they can help out with that. I can put my PayPal address somewhere here in the description of the video. Don't feel obliged, but I don't know, maybe there's a lot of people and then it adds up and I can at least cover part of the expenses, because I really wanted to get my kitchen going for the winter, but that will also not be cheap, and yeah, I kind of have to use all the money that I can get for paying the fees here to avoid the higher fees. Yeah, we'll see how the next months and also the autumn will go. I hope the business will go well and I can make enough money so we can go ahead with the kitchen plans, but right now it doesn't look so good, so maybe we'll have to postpone the kitchen to next year. Hey guys, so that's it. I'm totally exhausted. I went to bar early morning and now it's already 5:30 again. I will try to edit this video as fast as I can and then upload it, because I get a lot of messages and I physically don't have the energy to reply to all you guys personally, so apologies, don't be offended. But I hope this video clears up what happened, what the current status is, and yeah, what the future brings. Well, I have to say this is the biggest setback so far. I had a lot of other stuff, being threatened, getting the electricity cut off and other things, and yeah, I'm not gonna give up that easily. I can tell you that much. So I'll see you on the weekend, hopefully. Ciao, ciao.